So like, if this ESC catches fire, can we just play the song "In the Arms of the Angel"? If it catches fire. Remote on. I think the ESC's either gonna cut or catch fire, one or the other. Oh, I located the fire extinguisher, so
should probably bring it out here for quick access.
Well, I don't know where to, because we're gonna go to the back to the woods. So give me a minute. Okay, that works. That works. That works. Let's hope the gear mesh is right. I just have a feeling something's gonna go wrong.
Don't worry about it.
See, if I have my expectations up, I'll get less mad. I got 0 turning radius, because I did mess with the turning radius a little bit. I did turn the braking down a little bit because I stripped out gears. But what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're supposed to rip the Xmaxx if everything goes right. So basically, guys, if you don't already know, the Xmaxx, I stripped gears in it, and I believe I just kind of left it there. Well, guess what I did? I ended up doing a ton of more things to it. As you guys already know, we had a lack of power to the Xmaxx, and it wasn't even wheeling. And right now I can't really test that in the snow, but I was having no wheeling, and I was like, this thing needs more power. I had an 18 tooth pinion gear and a 54 tooth spur. And what they did at the hobby shop is they gave me a 50 tooth spur. So I was like, all right, 18 tooth pinion, 50 tooth spur, let's run that. So as I put that in, my dad, when we were working on it, ended up snapping the one wire for the motor fan. Oh well, that's gonna have to get resoldered on. And then we also decided that I didn't put any diff fluid in the front, center, or rear, and so this thing could just be like slipping on the diffs. So I put 200K in the rear, I put 100K in the front, and 20 million in the center. I believe the center's like right here, so there you go. So I put 200K in the rear, 100K in the front, 20 million in the center. So it got the upgraded gearing, new fluids, and then the shocks also. I noticed after I let it sit, the one shock was locked. It's like it would not go down. Like, what the heck? So I take the shocks all apart. Of course they need new fluid because I didn't replace that either. So we put 80 weight fluid in them too. And I took apart that shock and it was still very stiff. There was nothing on the inside. Nothing was broken on it. The piston, everything was perfectly fine in it. I had no clue what was wrong with it. So I let it sit, and I remember the morning of my surgery, at like 7 in the morning, I went and moved the shock. I'm like, it feels a little bit looser, but it's still not good enough. So I don't know what the heck, you know, is going on with it. I had no clue. I'll figure it out after my surgery, right? 3 weeks later, I go fuss it again. It's completely loose and freely moving. I tried washing the inside. I tried putting other shock fluid in, running it through. Nothing would work until finally just let it sit, and next you know, it fixed itself. And as you guys know, sometimes we have problems with reverse, but right now reverse is acting okay. And occasionally we have issues with going into reverse, and it was doing that again, having issues going into reverse. Like, oh my God. Next thing you know, they stripped. Back to the hobby shop. I'm like, get me hardened steel gears, because I got them in the XRT and I was very happy with them. If you guys don't already know, check that video out down below. So I got hardened steel ones, and so far, so good. Problem is, I had the motor unplugged, turned on the ESC, tried pressing the gas, and nothing was happening. I'm like, what the heck? Oh, I have the motor unplugged. And I was trying to use the ESC, so I plug it back in, and the ESC puffs out a small, tiny bit of smoke. I'm like, I don't think it's supposed to do that, right? I don't think it's supposed to do that. So next thing you know, I'm running it. I'm like, okay, pressing gas, brake. I unplug it, plug it back in, another little puff of smoke. Okay, really small puffs of smoke, but they're noticeable too. I'm like, okay, so I looked into it. Some people say it could be a problem, but right now it's functioning, so it should be good. But just in case of a fire, I have a fire extinguisher that I can access just in case of one. Worst case, also, just so you know, Max, water's not gonna help. When we go back to private aisle, throw sand on it if there is a fire, okay? Yeah. Start throwing sand on it. So just in case there is a fire, I just want to get that clear out there right now. The first thing that we're gonna need to do is take the body off, unplug the batteries, and then just start dumping sand on it. So do that.
That's gonna be hard to unplug the batteries. Like, you don't want to burn your hands.
For this thing, I will, bro. So basically, it got all new fluids in the gears. It got new shock fluid in all 4 shocks. New tires on it too. Run the Warthog tires on it. Run these on the XRT. I absolutely love them. They're nice and lightweight. They're not heavy. Oh my God, those shocks are juicy. I love the look of the Xmaxx, but it was a pain in the neck to work on. Another thing is the center diff, the gear on the center diff, I ended up breaking that on the center piece because I was trying to take it out, and long story short, I ended up cracking it with my hands. And this is supposed to be solid steel, and I cracked it with my hands. Come on, Traxxas. So I had to get another one of those too. So hobby shop, hobby shop, hobby shop, new gears, new gears, new gears, new stuff, new stuff, new stuff. So without further ado, woods. I feel a lack of power. I'm not sure though. I said woods, but let's rip back here just a little bit. Right now it's working, so I'm happy. It's a little bit powdery today. A lot of people say that Xmaxx dominates in the snow. I'm still gonna say my Outcast is better in the snow. I feel like there might be a lack of power, but it's hard to tell in the snow. Woods.
Easy.
There she goes, easy money. Dude, it's been so long. It's literally been almost a year since I've ripped this thing. Yeah, guys, but I'm happy I got the DX5C hooked up to this thing because controlled braking and everything else, it's awesome. Whew, that's the Xmaxx down at Private Isle. Looking good. The beast in the flesh. I missed it so much. I said to Max, no new RC car until I fix the Xmaxx. I said, nothing new. I said, you hold me to it. I'm not getting a new RC car till I fix this Xmaxx. And look at it. It looks so good. And like I said, guys, I had these tires. They got embedded. So, because I tightened it too much, the wheel nut got embedded into the rim since it's plastic. I ended up cutting out a little thin piece of plastic like out of a package and shoved it in between there as like a washer, and it works real nice actually. Works like a charm. These tires are on great. Oh dude, it's got more power. It has got more power. But still, the XRT's got more. I still feel like it can pick up its front end midair. That was one of my biggest problems. Max, it might actually. I felt like it picked up a little bit. And another thing I said, guys, is if this ESC goes bad, I was thinking about actually, rather than buying a new ESC for $250, I was thinking rather than do that, I could throw in the MABA setup. I could buy a MABA setup for it for like $340. So, and that includes the motor and the ESC. Dude, how's the suspension looking? Are we bottoming out?
I don't think so. Yeah, we're not.
I kid you not, I literally spent in total with going to, getting parts and whatnot and working on it. I literally spent probably around the ballpark of 40, 30 hours working on this thing. Just this week, I spent at least 30 hours probably just working on this thing. Ha ha ha, you guys thought I was still trying to make this video. Nope. That's for another video. Dude, with ease. I will give it to the Xmaxx. This thing is a hill climb beast. Cut.
Oh.
I don't know why. It might have been because of the motor. Have to call the boys up and talk to them about it again. Like I said, worst case, either A, get a new ESC, or B, throw the MABA setup in it. Get this thing cranking at 200 miles an hour.
I say do MABA setup.
MABA?
Yeah.
You said?
Solves the power problems and the ESC problems.
That's the thing. It just solves all the problems, but it's going to be more difficult to put in since that motor's so big, you know? But the Xmaxx motor's pretty big still. Let's do a little bit more jumping because I'm having fun with that, and then we'll probably rip on private out a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
Cut again. I don't get it. Let me have a talk with the hobby shop, see what they think first before I go further. What do you think?
Yeah.
Let's call them.
Hi.
Hi, can I talk to somebody back in RC cars?
Yeah, 1 moment. Let me check if somebody's available to take you.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry, all of our RC people are busy helping out their customers at the moment.
Okay, all right. So I'll call back later and see if you guys have anybody available.
Oh, sounds good. Thank you for your understanding.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Dang it. That's the first time that's ever happened to me, honestly. But it is a busy day, and that's why I typically don't go up these days, because it's busy.
It is what it is.
It is what it... This sucks, man. I might, like, go into the receiver or something later. Because the receiver's right here. I can just easily do that. I might go into the receiver and see if everything's plugged in properly. That might be a good next step to go to, because I don't know what else, you know? I mean, this is asinine. I've never had a problem with any electronics in an ARC car.
Have you looked up this problem?
Oh yeah, you can't get an answer. That's
Dang.
the next thing, which is... You can't get an answer on the internet. That never means anything good. And honestly...
Cut out again? Oh. Maybe there is something loose, because that was like right when you landed.
Yeah, I'm thinking there might be something loose. Yeah, so when there's a problem on ESCs, they'll give you a warning light. So I'm not getting any sort of warning light. It's just shutting off. So that means one of two things. The thing's dead or there's a loose wire. And to me, if it was dead, why would it just keep shutting off and turning back on and working and shutting off and turning back on, you know? Right when I land, it cuts. All right. Bottom line is, right now, I'm gonna go grab tools. We're gonna take that apart real quick. It'll be very fast, and then we'll get back into it, okay?
Okay.
All right.
So what'd you grab?
2 wrenches, boss man.
All right.
I just like the XRT. I just like Arrma better. I'm like so done with this Traxxas bull crap. I don't get it sometimes with this RC car, guys. And I get a lot of yins like, you know, the Xmaxx and whatnot and think it's great. And honestly, it's a cool RC car, but dude, it is not easy to work on like people try claiming. Do I know how to access everything? Yes, but you have to dig through plastics, and like Arrma, it's not like that. Like you can just do it, you know? Max gets what I'm trying to say. And like right here, look, these screws to access it, I have to pull this up and just get it down in like that. Like on Arrma, it's just so much easier to access. And another thing I don't like is setting up the mesh on this. If you don't use the pins, it's so hard to like slide in the motor and get it down in. Arrma has it set up perfectly. Shout out to my cameraman. Right, Max? Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to me.
All right, so everything seems plugged in. Just, I don't know. We'll unplug and plug. I do like how Traxxas body design is. I really love The new clipless bodies, absolutely love it. I even love the Xmaxx body. I love another thing I love their battery trays. It's so nice. But this is the problem, is the nitty gritty stuff, working on it. The day-to-day stuff you have to do is easy. And the XT90 connectors, those are difficult to freaking plug in. They're not the easiest to plug in either, the XT90s.
That means it'll be hard for them to come out.
You're right, you're right. I genuinely think it's done, the ESC. So that either means I continue the Xmaxx and try to put all this other stuff in it, which you're gonna need a new motor mount, you're gonna need all this other stuff to put back in. Or I just buy a new RC car and bring the Xmaxx back later. And part of me doesn't want to let the Xmaxx go, you know?
Yeah, probably because it's something you wanted for a long time.
Yeah, ever since I got I mean, this is the RC car I've always wanted. Always ever wanted was the Xmaxx. Always. I've seen people on the internet, I'm like, I'm gonna buy one of those. I'm gonna be able to afford one of those one day. I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy one. Bought one, and now it's just like, I realized that there's easier things to work on. Does this look cool when it's out? Is this one of the cooler looking RC cars when it's out? 100%. All right, let's try to run it. Now here for already an hour. So MABA setup will be dope. This might actually, with a MABA setup, this might be my best RC car. I'm serious, this might be, with a MABA setup. Save itself right there, so it's got the power now. The XRT is big, but when you're driving this, it looks bigger because of the stance on it. I mean, it's definitely got more power. It's not too up though. What do you think? How's the video going? Is it good? At all?
So far, pretty good.
Okay, alright, I just want to make sure it's like a good video. You know how I get about that.
Yeah. You always set your standards extremely high.
I do. I get high standards because it's like, I need to be doing good. I mean,
you overestimate what your fans expect.
Well, I try to get them good content. They subscribe, so I never want to post a video that's not entertaining. Okay, that's the stuff I wanted. Woo! I also forgot to tell you guys, I did mess up the Xmaxx body from crashing it so much. So what I did was I took the inside and I Gorilla Taped it where the cracks were at because it was pretty bad. This thing's got a lot of weight. So when it lands on the lid, it's catastrophic. She's got it. Sorry, my turning radius.
Might want to stay away from the water.
Yeah, I know.
Just in case it cuts out.
Yeah. Worst case, you know, it cuts, goes in the water. We spend our $1,000, get a new one, you know?
Yeah. Maybe that'll work better.
Max likes to be a cameraman.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'll just sit there and talk trash in the car. Dude, look at that. What a... Look, if I can make this setup work, let's make it work, you know?
Yeah.
And then we'll move on to the Maba. But for right now, my focus is like set on getting the fire team, you know? Max, you're really pushing for the Maba thing.
Yeah.
You want it, bro.
I like to see you just do like a standing backflip when you first put it in.
Dude, I want to get, I really, stop tempting me, stop.
Ah!
Oh, I was really hoping I could save it. See, it picked itself up in midair. No! Thanks, man. Xmaxx just leaves chat.
Xmaxx has left the chat.
I'll never forget, there's this kid riding a dirt bike. He's like, my sprocket left the chat. That's like so something I would say.
Yeah.
Drive up to my dad. Dad, the engine left the chat. Glue it again. This Xmaxx is like, oh wait, there's brush in the way? Sorry, didn't realize. Woo! The body, no. All right, so overall, besides the ST cutting, what do you think? What do you think?
So far, seems like it's doing pretty good.
I'm pretty happy. There's a lot of positives here, okay? There's more power, you know? Like, there's positives. I just mentioned the power. There's a lot of positive power.
There's a lot of positives. Like the power and, well, anyways.
It's just that ESC, that's the only issue, but I'm with Max. Like, I think I want to throw like a Maba or some sort of setup in it. And the Maba is just what I have familiarity with, and I like it. I like it. Oh, we already did that.
Yeah, not again, Neil.
I thought it cut. Let me check, because I did gear it up, and we're finally getting to go with it a little bit more. 2 fingers on motor. Again, hard. Oh, son of a.
Is it burning hot? So it seems like it's too hot.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Okay, so might want to give it a break.
Yeah, break.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Yes, he's nice and chilly though.
Yeah, that's what's important.
Hey, that's it. Hey, right now we care about the ESC. We blow this motor, man. We're getting a Maba.
Yeah.
Castle setup.
She just fell on the ground. Just.
I put my fingers. I'm thinking, dude, with the temperature today, it's gonna be chilly. It's because it doesn't got the motor fan. That's a serious problem. It's because that motor fan. I gotta get the motor fan on, okay? Like, for real. Next rip, like, I just wanted to rip it just one time, and I thought it would be okay out in this temperature. I thought we'd be safe, but that's toasty. I'm glad I checked it now. Basically, what I'm gonna have to do is just take it up to the hobby shop. What we're gonna do is take off the motor fan, which should be easy, and then they're gonna solder it back on for me because I don't got a soldering gun or anything. They're gonna be a lot better. That's gonna be a difficult soldering job. That wire's like thinner than paper. So I think, what do you think? Call it a day for today.
Yeah, you got a lot of footage.
I got a lot of footage. Overall, I think there's a lot of positives. What we now know is that motor fan needs back on, without a doubt. But what I think I need to do from here is just see if the ESC is okay, let it go a little bit, If there's still problems, if something goes bad, if the thing blows up, worst case scenario, get a MABA, get some sort of setup that I can put into it, a powerful motor. Because I'd love to see this thing just like overpowered, you know? It'd be the coolest thing ever. Standing backflips, like just everything, like wheelies crazy, like wheeling like crazy. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, we'll just solder that wire, get that taken care of, and everything should be good for now, hopefully. Let's hope that ESC and everything's okay. So without further ado, guys, hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. Check out all the links down below. What do you think about the Xmaxx? Did it do good in today's video? This thing is heavy as crap. And I'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace.
Drop.